Hi, I'm Andy Rathman from St. George Brewing Company. I'm here today to talk about malt and milling. When brewers talk about malt, we're talking about malted barley. Barley being one of the cereal grains like wheat, rice, corn. Barley, or the barley seed, consists of a little embryo, tiny little plant, a starchy endosperm, which is a food source for the plant as it starts growing, and a husk material, which protects the seed. As a brewer, we need that starch. It gets converted into sugars in the mashing process, and then later on during fermentation, it gets turned into alcohol and CO2. However, that starch, as it is in its raw form, is pretty much inaccessible to us as a brewer. The barley first must be malted in order to make it more useful in brewing. So, malting is a process where that seed is allowed to start growing, germination, and it breaks down the proteins that are in the grain, releasing the starches so that the plant can access them and start growing. At the right point, usually when the rootlets start sticking out of the grain, the seed is quickly dried off, and this is your basic pale malt. The characteristics of the malt can be changed by roasting it and subjecting it to high heat, so that if you change the different parameters, how much is originally dried out, temperatures, length of roasting, you can make it more malty, you can make it more sweet, more caramel-like, you can make it roastier, add chocolate, coffee, burnt toast notes to it, as well as you can change the color. You can increase the color from pale yellow to amber to light brown to black if you need. Today we're brewing a porter, the St. George Porter, which is a ruby black colored complex tapestry of rich malt flavors. The porter uses a variety of different malts. Basic two-row pale malt gives it a nice malty flavor, provides the bulk of the extract. We use a couple types of caramel to add sweetness, body, caramel notes. Quite a bit of chocolate malt for color and that chocolate flavor. And then a little bit of black malt. Bring out the color even more, and then a really nice dark roasty coffee-like note to it. The first step of the brewing process is milling. Our malt comes to us in 55 pound bags, which along with partial amounts weighed out separately are dumped into a hopper which feeds the mill. Here at St. George we use a 2-roller mill. This is where the malt is cracked open. This exposes the starchy endosperm that's in the grain, but it maintains the husk material as intact as possible. The milled malt then drops into an auger, which carries it over to our grist case, where it is held until it's required for brewing.